We are live, yes. All right, welcome everybody. We're live. Post Backlash. Get the link out here. This is the Post Backlash show. Wrestling Uncensored special. AJ Styles, still WWE champion. He and Shinsuke Nakamura had what I thought was the match of the night. Uh-oh, I got myself here on double. Let me try and stop this. So I'm going to wait till everybody jumps on. Going to tweet the link out here in a second. And then we'll really get started. So I thought AJ and Nakamura had a hell of a match. I think you can comment here. Show live messages. Yeah, so if you guys comment here on YouTube, I'll be able to see your comments and answer your questions. If you have questions for me about Backlash, you can also send me some questions at Dave Simon MMA on Twitter, and I'll check those as well. So we saw Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe main event. Roman getting the win, of course, as we all expected him to, right? I don't think anybody expected Joe to win tonight. Obviously, Samoa Joe going over to SmackDown. It seems like the WWE, they always stick with the Raw guys staying strong. That's the most important thing. It's keep Raw strong. And Roman Reigns being the Raw guy, he was the most important guy. And, of course, Roman Reigns, no matter what, is the most important guy, right? Roman Reigns is the top guy in the WWE who's there to be pushed, to be made into the top star. And that's what we saw once again tonight from the WWE. A show that revolved around Roman Reigns. Did you enjoy the show? Did you like Backlash? I didn't think it was very good. I thought we had a couple of good matches. I thought Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton had a really good match. AJ Styles and Nakamura had a really good match. Daniel Bryan and Big Cass had a really good match. It's just great to see Daniel Bryan back in the ring. At this point, it's just great to see Daniel Bryan wrestling. And I'm happy that Daniel Bryan actually got the victory tonight. So that was a good point of the card here tonight. Again, send me your comments on YouTube. Send me your comments on Twitter. If you guys are watching on Twitter, I got the Twitter feed open. You can send me your thoughts at Dave Simon MMA. What did you guys think of the pay-per-view? Did you like it? Did you not like it? A lot of people were impressed with the Seth Rollins match at the top of the card. It wasn't my favorite match. I don't think it was the best match on the card. It went 20 minutes. Seth getting the victory over The Miz, retaining the Intercontinental Championship. A lot of people did like that match. I thought it was all right. But like I said, I thought that there were matches that were far better. I thought the Daniel Bryan match was better. I thought AJ Nakamura, despite the fact that it finished with the double low blow, I thought that match was the match of the night. Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe I didn't think was that good. I thought that, it was just a lot of Joe beating up on Roman. Put him through a table. That was pretty cool. Other than that, I didn't think it was that impressive. And seeing Roman Reigns win again, it was just the obvious finish there, right? I tweeted out before the match, does anybody think this is going to finish any other way than Roman Reigns hitting a spear and getting a pin on Samoa Joe? I called the finish to the match before, and I'm sure a lot of people called the finish to the match before because it was just so obvious. It's so predictable. Change it up. Don't win with a spear. Win with something else. I thought it would have been cool when Joe had Roman in the Cojita clutch, and then Roman kind of flipped over him and went for a 1-2. Why not 3? Why not 3 right there? It would have been a cool finish. It would have been unexpected. It would have been something different. Why do you have to hit the finisher and then get pinned every time? Why does it have to be the spear and then the 1, 2, 3? It's just boring. It's predictable. It's uninspired. AJ and Nakamura, I thought, had a really good match. It was really fun. It was back and forth. They were hitting each other really hard. I liked that a lot. I liked how hard they were hitting each other. I thought that match was good, athletic, and violent. It doesn't need to have a conclusive finish because these two can have another match at the next pay-per-view. They should have headlined this card. But in retrospect now, like, I know we were mad during the card, and maybe some of us are still mad that Roman and Joe headlined, but at least with Roman and Joe, we had a conclusive finish, and maybe that's the reason why AJ and Nakamura were not the main event tonight. Because do you really want to end a pay-per-view without a clean finish? I don't know if you want to do that. So I think that's probably the reason why. I think that's probably the reason why we saw Joe and Roman Reigns main event the card tonight. Oh, I'm seeing comments here in the chat. So I can see your comments here. Maybe I'm not seeing them directly here when I'm looking straight in the camera. But I'm seeing my boy Wally saying Backlash was not good, but still enjoyed it more than the greatest Royal Rumble. I don't know about that, man. Did you? JJ Mondesi says Nakamura should have won that match and move on from the dream match. These finishes have been underwhelming. Now, I understand that, but, like, the match at WrestleMania wasn't great between AJ and Nakamura. This is their second match here. Let them have a trilogy. Let them have 3 matches. The next pay-per-view is going to be Money in the Bank. I don't know. Maybe put them in a ladder match against each other. Like, you can't have a clean finish. It ends... I mean, you had a clean finish at WrestleMania, but here, you know, it's a double down. Maybe you do some sort of ladder match at Money in the Bank between AJ and Nakamura. I don't know. I don't know what kind of gimmick match you have them in. A steel cage? A Hell in a Cell would be cool now, but it's not Hell in a Cell time, so I'm not sure. But I'm not mad at seeing them wrestle again. Oh, yeah, JJ Mondesi reminding me here that this is the third match. They had another match of the Greatest Royal Rumble. But that had a inconclusive finish as well, right? Like, there was no finish at the Greatest Rumble. Wasn't it a DQ? AJ, oh, no, it was a double countout. That's why we had this match here that was no DQ, right? So the AJ Nakamura match was a double countout at the Greatest Rumble. AJ won clean at WrestleMania. I'm not done with it. I'm happy. I feel like their matches get better and better. I'm not mad at them continuing this thing. I think we could see them wrestle another 1 or 2 pay-per-views, really. I think it's going to be done by SummerSlam. It should be done by SummerSlam, but we're looking at the calendar right now. Money in the Bank in June, Extreme Rules in July, and then SummerSlam in August. Honestly, I could see this going up until Extreme Rules in July. I could see this finishing at Extreme Rules. And maybe they do some sort of triple threat deal. Some sort of triple threat deal somewhere else going forward. Hang on a second. We're having a YouTube issue. Well, it seems like our YouTube feed went down. It seems like their internet connection went down. This isn't good. This is not good news. Okay, I think we got it back up. Here we go. Are we back up? All right, we're back live. Sorry about that, guys. We had an internet connection issue. All right, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. I know we lost the feed there for a second, but I I don't know what happened. We had an internet connection issue. We're back. We're back live. Everything is good. The hell was I talking about? Backlash? Yeah, we're back. There you go, Wally. What's up, Wally? Sorry about that, guys. We're back. I know we had a problem, but we're back online. Antoinette says, just like a Monday Night Raw, expected a lot more. Sorry, please no more screaming Mela or pity Nia. The women's titles have become boring. So much talent out there. She expects more. I agree. I expect more as well. There's a lot of talent in the women's division. We had a pay-per-view tonight without Asuka or Natalya or Ronda Rousey. Those are the people in the women's division I want to see. I want to see Asuka. I want to see Natalya. I want to see Ronda Rousey. We're not seeing them. We did not see them tonight. We saw Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax, a match that was not good. Nia retained and then cut a terrible promo. The promo was worse than the match. I don't know what they're trying to pull with this Nia Jax stuff, but it is not working. And Alexa, I mean, whatever. And then Charlotte and Carmella was not good either. Carmella is champion. She's got a good character. She stays within her character, and it's good, but she's not a great in-ring performer, to put it mildly. And that was a real problem with the women's matches tonight. Like, Nia Jax was not good. Alexa Bliss was not good. We didn't have anybody good. Antoinette saying the only fun part of the night was No Way Jose, and that doesn't say much. Yeah, that's true. Although, was that fun? Did you enjoy that? I guess some people did. I like when New Day came out with the instruments. I like that. That's a new gimmick for the New Day. I thought that was cool. Other than that, I didn't think it was the best segment on the show. It was Elias doing his little guitar thing, and then the New Day comes out, and then Rusev Day comes out, and then No Way Jose, and then a bunch of guys. It's just, it wasn't that good. I don't know. It was kind of long and drawn out. I wasn't too impressed. Wally says he agrees with me. In fairness to Carmella, she stays in character, even on social media. Yeah, Carmella's good in her character, but is that enough to be the champion? Especially when the other champion on the pay-per-view is Nia Jax, somebody else who's not really a good wrestler. So you have two champions that can't really give you good matches. That's a problem. That's why Nia Jax should not be the Raw champion. It should be somebody else. Or Carmella should not be the SmackDown champion anymore. It should be Asuka. It should be Asuka. Asuka still hasn't held a championship on the main roster. What's that about? Why wasn't Asuka on this pay-per-view? Why did we have that Elias segment and no Asuka match? I would have preferred Asuka wrestle. Asuka was not there. OJ Simp says garbage show. I hope that's like OJ. Because if it is, I mean, that's wild. What's up, Juice? Mr. Juice? No disrespect. But yeah, I didn't think Backlash was a great show tonight. I was really not that impressed with the effort from the WWE. I'm hoping the next pay-per-view is better with Money in the Bank. That's usually a good show, right? Money in the Bank is usually fun to watch. June 17th in Chicago. They're going to deliver on that show. You know they will. Tonight, the show in Jersey, it just wasn't great. Roman beats Joe in the main event. Pretty predictable. We have the non-finish in Shinsuke and AJ's match. Good match up until that point, but the non-finish doesn't really help it. Did you think Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn was any good? I didn't think it was very good. Wally says, Money in the Bank, one of the best pay-per-views. I agree. Antoinette says, another Cass and Daniel at Money in the Bank. Hoping not. Who do you think should be next for Bryan? How about Samoa Joe? I would rather see Samoa Joe wrestle Daniel Bryan on the next pay-per-view. Like, what's Joe doing now? He just lost to Roman, so what's next? How about a feud with Daniel Bryan? If AJ's going to wrestle Nakamura again, which looks possible, but Bryan's probably going to need some sort of revenge after Big Cass attacked him after the match tonight. So I guess we're going to see Bryan and Cass. I just would rather see it on a SmackDown, get it over with, than on the next pay-per-view. I want to see Bryan get into a program with somebody else and be done with this Big Cass thing. Even though I thought Bryan and Cass was one of the better matches on the show, if not the best match on the show. AJ and Shinsuke was good, but Bryan and Cass was real close. And that's mostly because Daniel Bryan is incredible. He's my favorite wrestler by far. It is what it is. OJ Simp says, Backlash was a glorified house show. Nothing happened. Nothing was furthered. Stagnant. Would have started a fire had I went live. Man, OJ, you're going hard. Do not start fires, OJ. I mean, you've been through enough trouble, have you not? Juice. You're out of jail. Stay out of jail, man. But I understand your point as far as your dislike of Backlash. It was not very good. But tranquilo, Juice. OJ Simp says the juice is loose. I like the YouTube commenters. Keep it coming. Joe Wells says, what about the Sami Zayn and KO match? Yeah, I just kind of broke it down. I mean, I love Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I think they're fantastic. I thought the match was, it was okay. You know, Sami and Kevin take a great beating, but all that stuff at the end with Sami and Kevin, Sami wanted to leave the match. He was done with it. But Kevin was like, no, we stand here and fight. And Sami's like, nah, let's get out of here. And then Kevin's like, no, we have to stay. And then Sami throws Kevin in the ring. And Kevin gets beat up a bit, and then Kevin throws Sami in the ring, and they're like mad at each other. So I think they're about to break up as a tag team, and that's good. That's good. Joe Wells says Sami Zayn wasn't the legal man. Yeah, I don't think he was. I don't know. You know, Kevin got pinned, whatever. I don't think you need to run that match back, though. Do you really want to see Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn continue in tag team action, or do you want to see them all separate as singles wrestlers? I'd rather see them as singles wrestlers on Raw, because you look at the singles main event division, it's not very strong. It's Roman Reigns, and who else? Who else is on Raw? You need those guys as single stars. And there's no Brock Lesnar. JJ Mondesi says, I love having a place to complain about the show, but we're really struggling to talk about a show where nothing happened. You're not wrong. This will be a short show. We've been going for a few minutes now. I'm not going to talk for very long. Nothing happened at Backlash. It was very boring. And Joe Wells says, since when is a vertical suplex a finishing move? I don't know. Antoinette wants to see Braun versus Lashley. I'd be into that. I'd definitely be into that. That sounds like fun. I think Bobby Lashley against Roman Reigns is fun. I think Bobby Lashley against Kevin Owens one-on-one would be fun. Lashley against Zayn one-on-one would be fun. Lashley against Braun one-on-one. Those are all good matchups. And that's about it on Raw. Like, Seth Rollins is there. Who else is on Raw? Finn Balor. Like, this pay-per-view was weak because we're missing a lot of the people you like to see. Like, no Finn Balor, no Asuka, no Ronda Rousey. I hope Ronda Rousey wrestles at Money in the Bank. We better not have to wait until SummerSlam for Ronda. That'd be ridiculous. OJ says, gotta understand, though, it's frustrating. $9.99 for the network and live events have not been good. I can't tell you the last show I walked away from going, wow, everything went everything, evening well spent. So this guy's spending money on the network, and he's not happy with it. And I don't disagree with you. The pay-per-views have not been strong. WrestleMania wasn't great this year. It's just not great. JJ Mondesi says Lashley has botched that suplex every time in WWE. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have the strength anymore to pull it off. I don't know what's going on with Bobby. Usually he can pull that stuff off. Wally Byrne says Ronda will win the women's Money in the Bank match. Is Ronda Rousey's second match really going to be a ladder match, a multi-person ladder match? Is that really the spot you're going to put Ronda in? Could be dangerous. Could be interesting, though. I'm into it. I would like to see it, but it's a risky move if you're the WWE. Antoinette says she prefers 2 pay-per-views a month because a lot of talent was left out of this one. I don't know about that, though. 2 pay-per-views a month, every month, it's a lot. I got to watch New Japan as well. Which, again, like, if you're sick of the WWE and you want a harder-hitting, more adult wrestling product, New Japan Pro Wrestling, New Japan World, NJPWWorld.com. This is like a free plug I'm giving them because the product is so good. If you want to see Chris Jericho wrestle, he's not in the WWE, he's in New Japan. At least he was in his last wrestling appearance, attacking Tetsuya Naito. Incredible. Incredible stuff. JJ Mondesi says Mella isn't much better than Ronda at pro wrestling. I could see Ronda winning. I think you could argue that Ronda is already better than Carmella at wrestling. Wally Byrne says Suzuki match from last week well worth watching. Yes, indeed. Suzuki and Naito for the Intercontinental Championship in New Japan was incredible. The shows they had over the weekend as well, the Dontaku events, very good. Will Ospreay and Kushida, I highly recommend watching that for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Will Ospreay is a guy who right now is blowing everybody out of the water. The guy's incredible. He's doing some crazy stuff. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world today. If you're not watching Will Ospreay right now, you're missing out. You're missing out. And then, of course, you had Kazuchika Okada and Hiroshi Tanahashi in the main event, which was pretty sweet, too. Pretty damn sweet match. There's some good wrestling out there. The WWE, unfortunately, didn't deliver it to us tonight. Let's wrap up this thing. If you guys got any final questions here on YouTube or on Twitter, you can send them my way right now because we're going to wrap up in the next couple of minutes. I appreciate a lot of you guys staying awake, staying up on a Sunday night here with me, past midnight Eastern time. I know my boy Wally is out in Ireland, so I don't even know what time it is out there. He says 1 more hour, Dave. 1 more hour what, of the post show? Don't you have to sleep at some point? Isn't it like 5 a.m. over there, man? Yeah, 5 a.m. What are you doing? You don't have to work Monday morning? Crazy. Yeah, it's tough for European wrestling fans. I mean, we complain here in North America. Oh, bank holiday tomorrow. Happy holiday to all my Irish fans. Just in Ireland? Antoinette says sleep is for the dead. Yeah, and the tired. How about that, too? Yeah, I appreciate you guys staying up. But it's tough for European fans because, you know, not only does the product suck, but they stay up till like 4 in the morning to watch it. Rough. We're only staying up till midnight to watch these boring shows. JJ Mondesi says he slept enough during the show. He's good. Yeah. Some of these matches hard to stay awake. Oh, Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton. They had a great match. Jeff Hardy retaining the United States Championship. He hit the swanton on Randy. That match was perfect. Excellent stuff all around. I loved it. Daniel Bryan, Big Cass, great match. It's amazing to me to see Daniel Bryan in the ring. At one point, I thought he was completely done. We all thought he was completely done. And now we see him wrestling. I saw him in the ring Tuesday night, live in front of me, wrestling Shinsuke Nakamura, and tonight we saw him wrestle Big Cass, and he had a great match. He had a great match with Big Cass. That was Big Cass's best match of his entire career, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Uh-oh. Antoinette wants to know when I think we'll see Dean. She means Dean Ambrose. Is he on Raw or SmackDown? I don't care when we see Dean Ambrose. I'm hoping never. Personally, I'm hoping never. Sorry if you're a Dean Ambrose fan. I'm a Daniel Bryan fan, as you can see. Love seeing Daniel Bryan in the ring. Don't really care for Dean Ambrose. I don't care when we'll see him back. Probably soon, I'm guessing. He's been injured for a while. I figure by August, September, he'll be back. If not sooner. I haven't heard anything, but I haven't really been listening. Not really paying attention to Dean Ambrose's recovery schedule. Have we missed him? Have we missed Dean Ambrose? What would my ultimate Bryan match be? That's a tough one. I think Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles for the title in a good, like a 60-minute Iron Man match. Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles, that would be sick. Right now. Bryan and Shinsuke having like a good, solid match. Just seeing Bryan in a long match. But if we're talking about dream matches in the WWE, yeah. JJ Mondesi says Bryan versus Balor. That's a good one. That's a good pick. Daniel Bryan versus Finn Balor. Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens, I think would be fantastic. Daniel Bryan versus Sami Zayn one-on-one would be fantastic. Those are realistic. If I want to go crazy, Daniel Bryan versus Minoru Suzuki. Daniel Bryan versus Kazuchika Okada. Like, I would not have been mad had Daniel Bryan gone to New Japan instead of being in the WWE. But I think there's a lot of amazing matches for Daniel Bryan. And as we saw tonight, it doesn't really matter who you put him in the ring with. You could put him in the ring with Big Cass, and he's going to steal the show. Antoinette says, who do I think will bring the title back to Raw because it really needs to be defended? Well, Brock Lesnar has to bring the title back to Raw. And I think the guy to beat Brock will be Roman Reigns eventually. I think he'll probably do it at SummerSlam. If not Roman, then maybe Braun. I think Roman or Braun. Those are the only two candidates I see on Raw. Although the WWE is always high on Seth Rollins, so you can't count him out. Those would be my three picks. I think Roman would make the most sense. Braun is very possible. But Seth is also in the mix. And let's end on that. And that's pretty much all of Backlash. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate everybody watching, everybody tweeting to me during the event as we talk about the show as it happens at Dave Simon MMA on Twitter. We're here, of course, on YouTube, and this will be a podcast, an audio podcast, over at WrestlingUncensored.net, on our iTunes feed, on our Google Play, on our YouTube channel. The video will stay on our YouTube channel as well. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Wally. Thank you, Antoinette. Thank you, JJ Mondesi. Thank you, OJ Simpson. Thank you, Joe Wells. Thank you, Francisco. And sorry we lost the feed there for a minute, but I don't know. My internet went down for a second. I don't know what happened, but it happens. All right? It's live video. So, yeah. Thank you, everybody. And we will reconvene with you on the next episode of Ringside Report Radio, of Wrestling Uncensored, and the next WWE pay-per-view, Money in the Bank.